Hello, everyone. This is Tony Nardella, and I am here to give you our ministry report, what the Lord did through Heart of Titus Ministries in the last year. In the beginning of the year, we had not traveled since COVID started in March of 2020, and January rolls around and we're still not traveling, and most of us are still kind of hunkered down in one form or another. But we were doing stuff anyway. We had a thing we call our REACH program. I can't even tell you what the acronym stands for, but I'm sure it stands for something good. And we were continually doing video broadcasts overseas, actually preaching in other nations' churches. Many of us with translators, just like we were there, except we're doing it by video. In fact, this last May, we had a 4-day marriage conference with speakers from 4 different nations. It was based out of Peru, but we had numbers of translators, speakers from Ecuador, Guatemala here. I mean, it was an incredible time. Many people were blessed. I know my wife, Emily, does continual videos with women in different churches in the Quito area in Ecuador. We just had a lot of effort. That's starting to drop back and drop down now that churches overseas are now beginning to meet in person, which they were not doing up till maybe 6 months ago. We had a pastors' unity meeting in Santo Domingo, Ecuador, with over 30 pastors present by video, praying for revival for that city. And I'm telling you, I'm seeing fruit of unity among those pastors in that city and other cities too, where we've been working. Then in May, I began to feel a little bit of a nudge in my spirit that, Tony, it's time to go. I go, well, Lord, I don't know if I really want to go, but I went. I went with Dan and John L. Soto, and we went to Ecuador. Let me show you where we went. This is a map of Ecuador. You see that? Yes, sir. And it may be hard to tell, but we went to started out in Guayaquil down here, and then we went up to Quito, up in the mountains up here. Then we went over to Esmeraldas, which is over here. And then we went, we were also in Santo Domingo, which is somewhere, let's see, yeah, it was right around here, I believe. That's La Tacunga. Santo Domingo's over here. And yes, we were able to, we went on what I would call an encouragement tour. It was a tour of just meeting primarily with pastors, and we would do the social distancing thing. And most of the time we sat outside. There was such tremendous fear and trauma. Ecuador suffered terribly, especially in the beginning of the pandemic. But as we listened, we thought we were going to get really discouraged. But I'm telling you, the testimonies of God's provision and healing were just, I don't want to say unbelievable because I believe them, but it was incredible. In fact, there was one of Pastor Daniel Shao in Quito, which I believe the link for that's on the screen. If you click on that, it's on our YouTube channel. You are going to hear an incredible spiritual testimony of how he got healed with no hope after 8 days intubated in the hospital, and how the Lord miraculously healed him of COVID. So I just want to give God the glory. We've heard the evidence. We've heard the testimonies. God is bigger even than COVID. So be encouraged with that. We were also able on this trip, besides visiting 5 cities, also including Puyo in the Amazon jungle, which I didn't point out on the map, we were able to meet with these pastors. We did a little preaching, but mostly just encouraging pastors to move on and to do what God has called them to do. We also continue to serve as a conduit. We distributed between 2020 and 2021 $75,000 worth of food resources. We would send the money. They would purchase, the pastors in different cities would purchase the food in bulk and then have them distributed to people. There were many, many testimonies of people at their wits' end. They didn't know what to do. And then all of a sudden the food showed up, and we just thank God for the provision. We also, Emily and I were just down in Ecuador in Quito in December this month, and we were able to oversee the distribution of 750 free Joyce Meyer books that were given to us as a gift. And we praise the Lord that we can be a help even when we're not there, and even when we are there. This year, as I mentioned earlier, we did 6 overseas trips, all to Ecuador. We had that encouragement tour in July, and then we started to go back in October. We had 3 different trips in October, and then in December 2 different trips. We've had some concerns and some restrictions because of COVID, but as COVID goes on, there's that we expect that to continue. They just continue to change the rules, and sometimes you're ready and sometimes you're not. But we're going to keep going anyway, because that's what the Lord has called us to do. Finally, I want to talk to you about our TV show, Let's Go. In January of this year, we went national on 2 national networks on DirecTV, and 1 regional network in the middle of the country, and 1 regional network here in Central Florida and North Florida. And the word is going out. We've done over 60 shows. It's an incredible way to get the word out of the good news of Jesus Christ. People here in the United States, they just need a little bit of encouragement that God is still real, that He's still doing miracles. And with the testimonies that we show and the stories that we tell about what happens overseas, it's just got to encourage people. Last thing is we're starting to do live streaming, and we're going to be doing one next week. That'll be the first week in January. I want you all to plug into that. And we're activating our blogs and are doing more with our website. We've got our YouTube channel going. I'd like you to like our YouTube channel, which this is on. So anyway, that's what went down in 2021. And we are looking forward to working with you to see God do incredible stuff in 2022 and beyond. COVID's not going to stop us. Be blessed. See you soon.